Here's a look at traffic this morning. So we got some good news. Mile-long bridge, things have improved there, and now we've got the bridge back open. DOT told us it was going to be closed until 8 o'clock because of the high winds. Well, now here at 8:06, you can see things are moving. Then they moved the camera on us, and there it goes right there over the water. So it should be good for our friends there as we overlook Sailorville Lake. Also, we've got University right there on the eastbound side. The right lane is blocked right now because of the down traffic signal we've been telling you about the past few hours. So give yourself some time. If you're going through there, you know it gets really busy for our Pleasant Hill drivers about this time of day.
All right, let's take a look at our power outages right now because they've been really kind of all over the place throughout this morning. It started with a handful in Fort Dodge. That number is now 0. And then Des Moines jumped up power outages significantly, jumped down. Well, that number in Des Moines is back up. So in Des Moines, over 2,000 customers are without power right now. So that has gone up a little bit. But like I said, it's also gone down. So we do know crews from Mid-American Energy are out hard at work, working to get that recovered. So if you see a light flicker, your power may be going out, but good news is crews are on the roads right now trying to fix that. And we actually are going to check in with Mid-American in just about a half hour here and get an update from them on what they're seeing. So just be aware of that and those power outages. All right, we want to turn our attention now to our crews out in the field. We want to get out to our fearless warrior this morning. Megan McPherson has been braving this cold all morning long, and it's very serious conditions out there.
For sure. She's been blowing all over the place. You can see it seems like the wind might have picked up a little bit more since we last saw you, Megan.
It has. Yeah, I feel like photojournalist Brandon Wynn and I feel like those inflatable things at the car wash this morning. Honestly, shout out to Brandon because he has been staying steady, holding the heavy camera all morning long. So I got to give kudos to him. But yes, it definitely has picked up. I think we checked in with you guys about 30 minutes ago. I feel like it had died down a little bit, and now it's kind of picked up a little bit again. To kind of see this in action right now, I'm going to have Brandon pan down this road here. I've been telling you that we are about 25 minutes north of Ames. We've kind of been staying put this morning because these conditions are, the visibility gets limited and then it improves. So we're just kind of waiting until this wind dies down. But you can see on this roadway here, there's those spots. I'm not sure how closely you can see it, but where that snow is blowing across the road, and that's where I have been seeing drivers slow down because they're not able to see as well when they get to those spots. So there are still some dangerous conditions out here. It is also just bitterly cold. The wind is just really unpleasant to be out here. So we've been hopping back in the car in between these hits here, but thankfully I have not seen anyone, no sliding around on the road. Really haven't seen anyone pulling over for any extended periods, nothing like that. So I think people have still been making their way along just fine. Encouraged right now, guys.
All right, Megan, you guys stay safe, and please get back inside because it is certainly very cold out there. All right, let's continue this team coverage with meteorologist Joe Farrell, who is on the roads this morning.
Yeah, Joe, tell us, where have you been? I know you've kind of come across quite a few things this morning, so just break down the morning commute for you.
Yeah, we have come across a few things. We did come across a semi that had been blown over and tipped over from these incredibly strong winds. That was off of I-35 near Cumming. That was exit 65 on I-35. And then we just actually got done going by that area in Pleasant Hill, that had the down power light. And good news is they have that, crews have gotten it off of the roadway. And as Joseph mentioned a few minutes ago, it's just the right lane that is still closed off. But you can get through that intersection now. They're just treating it as a four-way stop. Now we are getting back onto Interstate 80, and we are going to head towards the mile-long bridge since that is reopened, and just get a feel for what it's like there. I can tell you guys that we're still feeling these winds really whipping our storm tracker around. It's been a little bit of a whippy morning out here on the roads, no matter where you've been across the entire metro. So continue to use extreme caution out there on the roads and do your best to stay in those lanes as best as you possibly can, because these winds are still very strong out here. You might even be able to hear it as I'm talking.
Certainly very, very strong winds for sure out
Yeah.
there. Joe, thank you so much there in the Local 5 Storm Tracker. And when it comes to preparing for these kinds of storms and these kinds of winds, no matter the forecast, these crews, they expect and plan for the worst.
So we spoke with Brad Becker of Ames Public Works earlier this morning on Good Morning Iowa, and he explained just what type of preparation crews put in for weather events like this.
Yeah, so that's how we work on situations like this, where we don't really know what to expect. We tell our guys to be prepared. We have staff members that monitor kind of the road conditions overnight. We also communicate with our police department. If they notice anything starting to get slippery, they will let us know. So, yeah, we kind of keep an eye on conditions 24/7 and call guys in as we need them.
Also, the Iowa Department of Transportation is responding to this morning's high winds across the state.
So we spoke with Craig Bargfried in the last hour of our coverage here on We Are Iowa Plus, and Craig told us that crews are doing what they can to make sure roads are safe, and they're putting down salt where it's getting slick.
Yeah, and Craig also mentioned that even though roads are starting to improve as we get further into the morning, you still got to be careful out there.
Safety is our number one priority. So our folks are out there doing the best job possible in these conditions to try to get that roadway surface back to near normal condition. Today is going to be another one of those days where we're going to ask the traveling public to please just be patient with us as our operators are out there doing their job. If you do have to travel today, give yourself enough time, give yourself enough space. Don't follow a plow too closely. Reduce your speed.